Welcome, friends. Today, I'm going to be taking you on a tour of the 2023 chocoTaco Community Eco Server, the third annual. Eco is one of the most amazing and unique games that I've ever experienced. The short summary is that you must work together, or not, with others in order to develop the technology necessary to shoot down a meteor that is due to destroy the entire planet in 30 real-life days, all without destroying the fragile ecosystem of the planet in the process. After playing solo on last year's server, this year I was joined by 3 friends, and I set out to teach them the game. What makes Eco so unique is the interactions and cooperation with others that are both required and that happen naturally. We all had a really great time. The third annual Choco server got off to a bit of a rough start.
I don't know what's going to happen here, chat. We might run into lots of problems, okay?
The massive amount of players looking to join the game on day 1 made playing practically impossible due to server lag.
Wow. Very laggy, huh?
Ultimately, Choco had to implement a queue system to get everyone on board, and a second server was opened up specifically for the purpose of downloading the mods for the main server. Hello! However, with over 400 unique players and a steady player count upwards of 100 for the first 2 weeks, we really pushed the boundaries of what the game engine could handle. I believe that we are even one of the largest servers in history of the game, perhaps the largest, but I have nothing to back that up with. The Eco devs deployed multiple fixes and patches, some of which appeared to be specifically targeted at addressing our challenges. We were a very large playtest, after all. It is clear that Strange Loop Games is a dedicated and top-tier developer. They even let us take a sneak peek at some unreleased experimental assets, which was super cool to see. Without further ado, let's get rolling on the server tour. It's an absolutely gigantic server. There's no way that I'm going to see everything. I'll do my best, though. Well, friends, here we are at the end of the server, or very nearly. It's day 25 in Eco, and I'm here to take you on a tour around where I've been playing. My friends and I, we've been doing all the Eco things here at Responsible Progress Incorporated. And then I'm also going to take you on a nice tour around the entire world. The world is huge. The amount of players that we've had on this server is massive. It's really, really exciting to see just what people have built in this game. So looking here on the map, this is where we've been playing here. This is where we've been building, and you can see with the property filter on, we've been able to secure quite a lot of property because we have 4 people. I'll go ahead and turn that off. So let me orientate you here. This will kind of be our center point here, just because this is where I've mostly been playing. This big island that we're on is called Banana Island, presumably because it looks kind of like a banana. I'll try to remove this pretty slowly so it's not too hard to see. But yeah. It's a pretty big island here. There's a big city down here that we'll be visiting. And then, yeah, we're back here at our center point. There's things everywhere in this world. It's an enormous world with an enormous amount of people. Looking over directly to our left here is a rainforest island that we've spent a lot of time at there too. To the north of Banana Island is, this is the Tomato Republic, is what they ended up calling this island here. And this is kind of our downtown area that was started in a way to kind of get us towards destroying the meteor. So this building here that chocoTaco put together, where he organized the building of the lasers, which on our settings was extremely difficult. The amount of materials it took to make the lasers was insane. So yeah, this is all just up to the north of Banana Island. Again, this is where we're at here. Some of the other islands that I haven't been to too often. So if we come down here to this city area and then we go straight west from here. Oh wow, this looks cool. We're going to have to look at that. So this is a big wetlands island, which I've spent a lot of time here just because I've needed a lot of coal. So we got that wetlands island there. And then next island over is it has a big mountainous area, some cool towers. What is that? Is that the Sears Tower? Did somebody build the Sears Tower in this game? That's incredible. We're going to have to take a look at that. This looks like a greenhouse, too. There is so much to look at here. Okay, so yeah, from this island, it's kind of long also. Because the world is a sphere, of course, now we're back down here at the Tomato Republic Island. And I think this island, no, this is our island. This is the Banana Island. There's also this big island here. It's the only one that I haven't been to too often. It's got a big jungle on it and a grasslands area. And yeah, that's it overall. Let me actually turn on... So here with the 2D map, this might be a little bit easier for you to see. This is our Banana Island, and this area right here, kind of in the center of the screen right now, is where I've been playing mostly. And this area up here is the Photon Forge area. This is Banana Republic. This is that mountainous island to the right, the jungle island to the left that I spent a lot of time at, and we'll visit that briefly. And then this other island up here. So yeah, this view right here basically shows you the whole world, I believe. We might be missing a few islands here. Looks like there's a smaller island up here that I'm not really getting at. But I think that might also be this island down here. Hard to tell. Anyway, this is a good overview of the map. Let's go jump in and see what people have built. And the one thing that I'm going to say is save the best for last. You might be able to see this ominous shape here in this dark and foreboding land. This will be the last stop on our tour. It looks like something out of a fantasy novel, don't you think? This is really incredible. We'll come over here last. Okay, we're just a little bit down the road here. I'm going to switch into first-person perspective for this. I have the UI turned off for all of this. And yeah, so this kind of 5-story building here is our house that we've used for our group. I'm not going to go into explain how housing works in this game, but basically you fill rooms with giant limestone statues of bison, and it gives you an experience bonus. So we've got bedroom, we've got bathrooms, and like my housing here isn't perfect, but I ran out of energy and effort to make housing perfect. But yeah, we have 4 stories of housing here, like you can see. I think the best one's on the top. I'll show you the top one real quick here. So we've got a nice living room, a nice bathroom here with a bathtub. Over here we've got a nice kitchen with a refrigerator, I think is what that is. And then here's a bedroom. Bison statues are great, aren't they? Those things are just awesome. On the bottom floor here, this was our first workshop. We built it out of Tier 1 materials and eventually upgraded it to Tier 2 because we moved over here to the new workshop out of brick and glass. So this workshop here houses all of the kind of mid-tier things like the assembly line, the anvil, the lathe, and all of these sorts of things. This workshop here was for all of that. And it counts as a room because the fences count as a real wall, which is a really nice trick that I picked up from somebody else. And beneath my feet, you can see our basement. You can see all the gold right here. And all the iron and steel we've got here. So yeah, we've got ourselves an awful lot of resources here. We were working on building the lasers, but we didn't quite get through it. But anyway, let me take you downstairs and I'll show you the basement. We've got 3 large lumber stockpiles beneath us here. And just a quick break here to take a look at the board members of our prestigious Responsible Progress Incorporated. Myself, the CEO. Skilliard was our Chief Financial Officer. Lord was our Chief Operating Officer. And Skippy was our Chief Technical Officer. So together, the 4 of us have accomplished quite a bit. Where did all my copper go? I had some copper in this stockpile too. Oh well. That doesn't really matter. So this is all steel and iron in here. Got the 2 large lumber stockpiles here. I really like this idea of putting the glass above the stockpiles like this. And then we have our 3rd large lumber stockpile over here. And we've got obviously a bunch of mining equipment tucked into the walls here, as you can tell. So next we went into the smelting age. Just don't look in the room on the right quite yet. For the smelting age, I built this building, and before I bring you inside, we're going to look at it from the outside. That big brick building you see there on the beach, That is our big pollution building. It's where our blast furnaces are, and I really wanted to design it. Oop, fell in the water there. Really wanted to design it in a style that kind of harkened back to the Battersea Power Station in London, which, if you haven't seen it, is a very powerful architecture building, which they actually recently remodeled and opened as a mall, I believe. But anyway, obviously this is nowhere near quite as large as Battersea Power Station, but I really wanted to get the cool smokestack look, which I think I did. It looks very industrial, which it is. So let's go take a look inside and see what it looks like in there. And here we are, heading up to the inside of that building we were just looking at from the outside. And obviously, well, it doesn't look that great on the inside. That's okay. But yeah, the real goal here was to take the pollution output from the blast furnaces, from the cement kiln, and from this steam generator here, and then pipe it up the tower there, the smokestack. And it looks really cool when it's running. Actually, can I make it run? I think I can make it run. Give me a second. Well, the blast furnace is running now. Let's go see what it looks like outside. Well, I think that looks pretty neat with the smoke coming out of the smokestack. Not gonna lie, very neat indeed. So after we got our blast furnace up and running, the kind of next step in the process is oil drilling and electronics and industry and all of those things. So I'm going to take you out here down this big bridge over to where our oil rig is located. This is just west of us on the map, and it's not running right now, but we've got a whole bunch of oil pumps, pump jacks here, and some windmills to power them, or wind turbines, excuse me. And yeah, we've just been pumping petroleum here and converting it into plastic and epoxy and all that great stuff. Yeah, there's not too much to say about this. This causes a lot of pollution. As you can see, I kind of did a smokestack here also. But the real reason for that smokestack there was to protect this island here from pollution damage, because these guys create a lot of air pollution, which creates a lot of ground pollution. You can't see it right now because it's healed itself, but this area had an awful lot of pollution when we were really producing a lot of materials. So let's head back and continue the tour in the basement. So you might be asking yourself, where did all these resources come from? All the stone and the clay and the sand and the ores to make all this iron and all this iron and all the steel and the gold and everything? Well, I'll show you. A good portion of it came from our mine, which I don't have with a witty sign, but maybe I should. So I've got a staircase here, and as you can tell, the staircase goes kind of deep down into the earth, and I've got these stockpiles here. You'll notice there's a stockpile at a certain distance every way down the stairs. This is how I move materials up and down the staircase very quickly. And this big room here filled with stockpiles is our like end game basement. This is where all the random crap that I have that I don't really know what to do with or don't have a place to get rid of it, it's all ended up down here. And as you can tell, you've got a skid steer over there in the distance. We'll take a look at that a bit later. But yeah, this is a big, huge basement that we've only recently gotten done. You really can't do projects like this without a skid steer. Really makes things go a lot faster. And as you can tell, we kind of had plans to go further that way, and maybe we will, but at this point we're at the end of the game, and I'm not planning on putting much work into this at this point. But as you can tell here, we're starting to get into some other looking rock here. This is all iron ore that we're surrounded in. I didn't manage to mine all of it, but I'll show you what I did manage to mine. First, I'll take you down here to the depths. This is the bedrock. This is the bottom of the map. This is where I store most of the pollution, although I got lazy and didn't end up storing quite all the pollution down there. You'll see that. But yeah, we've got a bunch of iron that I didn't get around to mining. And then up here on this level, this is where we found our first iron deposit. And from this angle, it's really hard to tell because I've filled in the entire space of the iron deposit with more pollution storage. All this is tailings, wet and dry tailings. So if I come over here, you can kind of see the scale of this room, just how much iron ore was here that was removed. You can see a little bit of it down there. And then it's basically all been filled back in with tailings, with pollution storage, really. So this hole was a big patch of iron here, and then there was another one down here. So as you can tell, we get to go even further down, and we can take a look at just this huge cavern that I've practically completely cleaned out of all iron. Some of this is on neighbor's property, so not quite all of it got mined out here, and that's okay. But take a look at this giant wall of iron. This is what a body of ore looks like when you just remove the ore. Iron basically fills up a significant portion of the underground in a desert region, which is what this is, and this is what it looks like when you've taken all the ore out. Okay, we're back here in the room with all the pollution storage, and I'm going to take you over here to this ominous looking hole in the wall. So we're moving from what's a desert biome here to a cold forest biome here. And cold forest is made of granite, and in granite you can get copper. This is a copper deposit. It's you can kind of get a scale for how big a copper deposit can be as I pan through this building, as I pan through this huge room. This all was copper, what you see. I didn't use anything other than by hand mining to take all of this out, and you can see just how deep it goes. So if you're ever wondering what a copper deposit looks like in this game, this is basically what it looks like. Apart from that, there's not too much else to show you, actually. I guess I can show you where we've been doing some of our more recent mining with the skid steer. Skid steer is a lot of fun. Unlike the excavator, it really is useful. I think the excavator is not very useful. But yeah, over here, if I kind of hop my way up these ramps that I created, we can see where we've been doing most of our more recent mining. There we go. We got some more iron ore up here and some more iron ore here. We've just been trying to clear this out, and you know, more iron is always good. We've obviously have some leakage problems. We're getting pretty close to the ocean here, which is why we're starting to see all this basalt. Anyway, yeah, that's basically the full tour of what we've gotten up to here, except for one room. Let me head up the staircase and show you. Here we are at the Vault of Industry. A nice concrete room with lighting and giant machinery. There's some truly giant things here. The fanciest of which is probably this one in the back corner. This is the robotic assembly line. This is where you make the lasers, and you can make ashlar stones here on this table, composite lumber here, electronic stuff here. This is really all the end game equipment and tools and whatnot. It took us quite a while to get to this stage in the game, and we've been having a lot of fun with what we can make. So yeah, that's really the tour of our place. I can show you our garage also. We ended up needing a garage for our trucks, and I put some gold and copper on the roof there, but this is an ashlar granite garage with some cool fancy lighting. And yeah, here we got ourselves a truck. We can drive around if we want. Somebody built a very nice looking little cafe here. And I'm not really planning on going too far in the truck, just driving the truck around, I guess. Whoops. That was a mistake, didn't mean to do that. Well, I'll worry about that later. Okay, what else should I show you? I should show you our lake and our water wheels. So one of the main reasons that I settled here where I did is because we have a lake, so we could use water wheels before we got wind power up and running. This came in really handy. It allowed us to get to crushing ores faster. And then, what else can I show you? That's about it, really. We've got a food shop, which we haven't been keeping stocked as we ended up eating all the food. Little food shop there with a silo and all that fun stuff. What's inside here? These are the, I forget what these are called, cast iron stoves, I think. Always put otters on top of your cast iron stoves. Otters and chairs, that's where they belong. Yeah, one of our team members did a lot of food and food prep and cooking, which was really nice. It's really good having a chef on your team. You can see here that we had a to-do list of things to do. I haven't updated this in a long time. The to-do item at the very bottom of the list definitely didn't get done, though. Okay, well, let's take this show on the road. There's a lot more to see. In fact, there's one more area to see that we've been working at, which I want to show you before I start showing you other people's creations. Here we are on this bridge. I'm going to take a break real quick to show you just how many roads there are. Look at the amount of roads we have on this planet. There's so many roads. There's an insane amount of roads here. Just crazy. I think our bridge, the one that I built here that I'm running on, I think this was probably the tallest bridge. And I really just built it this tall because this is the level that our house was at, and this is the level that the jungle was at. So I just built it the most convenient way as possible. Most bridges are much lower down because it's easier to do it that way, but you don't have to do that. Cutting through this bridge and then this tunnel over here to this island ended up being pretty critical for us. One of the things we needed a lot of early on was bricks. And to make bricks, you need clay and shale. Both clay and shale are plentiful here in the jungle biome. So what I'm standing on now, this is all clay, and this all is shale. There's an awful lot of it here. We mined out a big portion of this area of shale and clay so that we can make bricks. We made a lot of bricks, as you could see. And then let me take you down this staircase to the other very important thing to find in the jungle. Gonna go into first person here. So yeah, we just came down that staircase, and as you can tell, I have those stockpiles the same way as I was showing you on the other staircase. And then right down here at the bottom, you kind of see a hint here of what we had. This was a gold deposit, and now we completely mined out this entire gold deposit and left just the, useless rock in here. This whole area is what a gold deposit looks like in the game, with all the gold taken out, of course, except for this pillar because this is not on property that we own, so I had to leave it there. I didn't have permission to mine it, but I think that it kind of shows you a good idea of what this really looked like. So yeah, this whole area was filled with gold, and we mined it all out, and a lot of that gold got used for a bunch of different stuff. Okay, I'm gonna start with a little bit of a tour of the immediate surroundings of our area, and what those people have built, and then we're gonna go ahead and make our way up here to the north side of Banana Island, see what we can see in there. This neighbor certainly has an eye for interesting architecture. You can tell they've got themselves a nice glass house over there. Not going to throw any rocks around here. And I think this is probably owned by someone named Elroy. And way up there at the top you see I think that's shale, ashlar shale. That looks really cool. I'm not going to go up inside of it, but why are there so many animals underneath all these pump jacks here? That's kind of weird. So yeah, clearly this guy has a very interesting style here. I would go up the stairs and go inside the glass house if I could, and it would be kind of freaky, don't you think? Somebody crashed their car here. This is one of our other neighbors. He's got himself a very nice looking patio here. This is great, and this nice bridge across the lake. That's our home over there, so you can see. Actually, it might be a good idea for me to do some talking from the top of our house. I'll do that right after I finish taking a look at this guy's place. The Liquid Lumbinators, carpentry and lumbery, nice lumber, and they've got themselves a cool garage here, I think, with some fancy lumber. I like it. Looks really nice. And behind us up here, we've also got what appears to be a house on top of a old growth redwood tree. That's pretty cool. Bet we get good views from up there. Okay, here we are on top of the building I just showed you. I've pumped up the render distance to the max, so we're going to start getting a little bit more frame problems here. But I think it'll be okay. So yeah, this is our house down there. We'll go over there next, but this whole region of the map is where we spent most of our time here. So let's go head over to the top of our house. Well, here we are. That's where we just were, up top there. And we're on top of our big house here. You can see our stockpiles and all of our gold and iron and whatnot. And there's our blast furnace area. In the distance, you can see our oil refinery there. And yeah, you can see all of our neighbors. We're here in this lovely forest with all these lovely redwood trees and everything. Yeah, this is our home. This is our area. Let's go explore the north side of Banana Island, like I said. We're entering into the dog patch area here. Looks like they got some hewn logs they don't really need. Passing Radio Shack in case you got any questions. A nice patio here with this fountain. I like this a lot. Oh, I like this design for the umbrellas. This is great. Circuit City and Radio Shack in the same strip. Interesting. Circuit City where I lived, the C on the sign was always out, so it was Urquit Itty or something like that. Heck is real. Don't forget it. All right, we're coming down here. I had to turn the view distance down a little bit. It was getting just a little bit too framey for me. And yeah, we got some nice buildings through here. A historical site. Oh, it looks like it got demolished. Whoops. Unlucky. And not sure what these guys are up to, but it looks really quite nice. Our raw materials taste great. Great. That's a great slogan. All kinds of great slogans here. Nice building there. Very fancy. Let's head further north. Flat Meteor Society. All right then. Does the meteor got you feeling down? Nope. Gonna blow that sucker up. We are almost at the end. I think they're gonna blow up the meteor tomorrow. All right, so here we are, another nice little area. There's some very cool builds here. Flower Child. Look at how nice this room looks. Like they did a great job with all the pots and everything. What is this? Oh, I think this is a counter. This might be from a mod, but yeah, this is some sort of counter. And here we are at, what is this called? The juice bar. You can drive through, you can get your food, and you can drive out. That's nice. Drive-through eatery. Some more cool homes in the region. Bunch of people building cool stuff. And this was a very early build in the area. This kind of tiered beet farm honestly looks amazing. This is a great idea, this sort of tiered beet farm. I think it looks really good. A big brick building there, and I apologize for going so quickly through all of this, but maybe I should stop for a snack in McClark's and slow things down a bit, but we've got so much stuff to look through. I'm kind of just running around and taking in the sights of everything here. Some very cool flat steel and concrete buildings here. Nice visual bug with the gates. The gates have always been a little bit buggy. Ooh, this is a nice looking brick building here. Maybe we can tour this area. Wow, look at the flat, or the framed glass in this area. This is a very, very well done area. Look at this, all the plants and the pots and everything. And the stone, with the crushed stone here. Wow. I wonder what the stacked mortared stone is for. We're over at Igneous is Bliss. Very fancy. Look at that. The use of the ashlar stone, the doors. Look at how nice these doors look. Oh my. This is cool. Look at this ceiling. This looks like something you'd see in a sci-fi world or something like that. And then I think it's just a mine from here on out. Not sure how interesting it is, but like decoration in a mine, don't see it too often in Eco or in the real world. Okay, heading out from Igneous is Bliss. Hello. Running past Zephyr there. So Zephyr said that I might have missed part of what there is to see here over at Kowalski's Igneous is Bliss. So think, oh my, look at this. This is this little like fountain and cotton plant underneath the steps. I did miss this earlier. Look at how cool this looks with the ashlar stone and whatnot and the lamp and everything. It's just, it's such a tiny detail and it's so good. So I think there's something under the steps here that I need to take a look for. So let's go downstairs. We poked our nose down briefly, but I want to make sure that I get everything. I think it's this way. Okay. So where are we now? We're down in what looks like a mine, but we're going to keep going here. Bunch of storage for sure. What's over here? There's some ashlar sandstone here. And nice big adorned mine. Some fancy looking rooms down here. Cool. Well, they've got lighting and everything in their mine. This is impressive. Makes the mine look a lot better, that's for sure. What's up here? I think this is just the outside world. Yeah, just the outside world here, over in Zapho's backyard. This is an interesting looking building. I'm not sure what that type of material is on the right with the yellow patterns. I gotta say, the aesthetics in this area are really good. The use of the potted plants is very good. And we also have hedges from a mod, which is pretty nice too. Wow, look at this veranda. Look at how nice this looks. I feel like I could just sit down and read a book here on the bench. And I can't sit down because I have my UI turned off, apparently. But if I had my UI turned on, I could sit on this bench. Let's just do that real quick. Okay, well that didn't quite go as I planned. It looks like you can't sit on this bench, or if you can, I don't know how. So, back at it. Very cool composite lumber house here. We're at a steal of a deal, where some assembly is required, I think. Very cool looking composite house. I think there's a fancy bed and fancy lighting in there. Ooh, let's take a look inside here. Wow. This is all the fancy furniture. Wow. The staircase too. Look at how cool these stairs look, the composite lumber stairs. Very nice. And a court. Cool, let's go take a peek around the factory and the steal of a deal. Then we'll head off somewhere else. Tools and other items, now with steel. All right, very cool. Again, everything looks amazing here. Even the industrial rooms here with the assembly line and everything, and the brick store. This whole area just looks amazing. Look at the cool use of brick over here for this gasoline sign. This is a gas store, gas station. Petroleum and accidental lumber. All right, then. I hope they get the accidental lumber cleaned up. Let's see what else we can find in this area. Looks like we got some more shops here. Somebody's got glass on top of their stockpile, just like I did. Oceanside Industries. The use of the signs is really cool for the different items. I like that a lot. You can drive up here. Oh, let's take a look here at some boats. Of course, we're not playing the game in version 10 because it's not out yet, but somebody, Galax here, built a amazing boat here, the Ever Galax, here on the world. Let me show you what it looks like on the map real quick. This is where we are on the map, the Ever Galax. This is presumably a container ship here, which may or may not end up getting stuck in the Suez Canal. Take a quick tour here. They've got a whole bunch of these shipping containers, which are from a mod. This is probably the most accurate and correct usage of shipping containers that I could think of in the game. So 10 out of 10. I cannot complain in any way about the usage of shipping containers. I wonder if this is intentional or if this is aesthetic for the single piece of steel and the compost. My suspicion is that it is just the way it goes because they're using their thing in there, whatever this machine is called. I can't remember the name. All I remember is that this machine is giant and it takes a huge room. Cool, well, that's not the only boat on our tour today. I think there's another boat that we'll be able to see at another time, so let's see what else we can find here. We've moved a bit over to the east here. We got a nice bridge over here, although it sounds like somebody griefed the bridge, but they fixed it. All better now. Well, that's good. We're not going to head that way quite yet. That's over towards Tomato Republic. And we're staying on the north side of Banana Island here yet. We'll do the Photon Forge area next. I'll show you on the map before we do that. But anyway, the next stop I want to make is over here at the local orphanage. As you can tell, there is a little bit of pollution here because this orphanage is built out of wet tailings and dry tailings, which is quite disturbing and is causing lots of pollution. Let's see. Home for helping children and those in need. Don't be like some people. Sponsored today. Apparently this is not sponsored by chocoTaco. Let's see what his not sponsored orphanage looks like. Let's see, we got some trash, we got some pollution everywhere, some very cool rooms. Honestly, this is quite creative, but it looks awful. Sorry. Whoops, and I fell into the ocean. Well, I'm gonna need a bath after this. All right, now we're headed south down the side of Banana Island. You can see this really quite impressive seawall we have here with the electric poles and the stone, the mortared granite for seawall. This looks really cool. I think this is Zephyr's area. His fancy water wheels. Oh, he pumped the water up and used the flowing water to run the water wheels. That's very clever. But it's also a free car wash. Yay! Very cool. Zephyrnet and Sun. Selling nothing of value since 2023. Nice. Well, this is very cool. Looks like they got a fancy looking room up there with some, what is that? Is that ashlar sandstone, I think? Very cool. Yeah, I love the aesthetic of this, and I love the seawall. The seawall is excellent. Looks really cool. Look at how symmetrical and pretty that looks. Very nice. Headed further south here, we are headed towards someone's quite industrial base. They've got themselves one of the massive elevators, which is hard to see below, but I'm sure they have a mine of some type down there, and we don't really need to trespass too much in this region. Now, you might be saying, why are you running instead of driving? Because driving is faster? Well, you're absolutely correct, but driving is also... it makes it harder for me to just see and stop for things. So, like, I probably wouldn't have stopped to look at these cool columns or the way they've used the frame glass there for their workshop. That looks really good. Well, I think that wraps up our tour for this region of the island. Let's go ahead over to the Photon Forge area next. So here we are. This is where we are right now on the east side of the island, and this is where that ship was. This is where we're headed up next to the Photon Forge area. There's some really cool builds up here. I'll see if I can highlight all of them. I almost forgot to point out the bear cave here. Very nice looking quaint shop. Some cool work here. And I think you can see it from our house, and probably saw it earlier, but this person did a really cool looking house. Let me see if I can get a good view of it. There you go. I had to pull some windows out so I could show you. But they've got a very cool A-frame looking building there up on the top of the mountain. Very cool. And don't forget, heck is real. Okay, we are on the bridge now, leaving Banana Island. And I'm not going to read these signs, but you're welcome to pause this and read these if you'd like. We are now leaving Bananarama. This is one of the new signs that I think they're adding to the game, maybe. We have access to some of the experimental things in the server, which is very cool. What do we got here? From the Woods Intercontinental. I think this is a furniture shop. Wow, look at how good this looks. This is an amazing showroom. And look, they've got descriptions. Redwoods are a subfamily of conifers. Very cool. Yeah, this is a very nice looking composite lumber store. 10 out of 10. And over here we have this cybernetic facility. We've got a excavator of some kind up there. The completely encapsulated Mega Cyber chair. Nice. And here we've got the minimalistic mechanoid cybernetic chair. The early aimbot alpha and betas. Failed human stress tests. Oh no. Aimbot 5000. Excellent companion. Get yours today. Please call if escaped. Where's the button? Where's the emergency button? 'Cause that's empty. Next up, looks like we've got some oil drilling happening here. Some cool platforms for them. Look at that. They use the concrete to make platforms for the oil drilling and put the barrels next to it. And the barrels here. This dock is really quite nice looking. And we've got a restaurant here with a nice patio. The crane game. For 5 bits, you can play the crane game. Very cool. And right next to the crane game, we've got the McLarks. Flat steel graciously provided by Zaffo and Kowalski. McLarks. This must be like the corporate McLarks. Very cool. I can't click on it because I don't have a UI on. Very nice. Eat at McLarks. Yes, I get the picture. Dead animal bodies. Fresh fish market. Very cool designs. I really like it when everybody gets to use the end game materials like the concrete, the flat steel and everything, because the things they make is truly amazing. Industrial elevator, take you up to the top of the world, I guess. What is this building? Another crane, kissing otters with a bunch of searchlights. That's pretty cool. This is the Photon Forge building. This is where all of our, a lot of people donated a bunch of materials here, myself included, and the lasers got built here, and the computer lab. So we'll be setting those up and using the lasers pretty soon. Across the road, TP Enterprise gas station. This is very cool. Look at how well they use the framed glass to make this gas station. Very cool. West clocks. And a toilet. Can I sit on the toilet? I can't sit on the toilet. Okay, that's fine. Glow's shop. Interesting. Millionaire's salad. The Dirty Burger. All food under 10. Very nice. Wow, look at how fancy that back patio looks. Can I eat on the back patio? No? I can't eat on the back patio? Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. Sit down here, if the game would let me, which it doesn't, and have ourselves a nice meal. Oh, this is amazing. Look at this. There's not even a kitchen here. Somebody says the meteor is our friend. Multi-story parking. Ah, I get it. Add space. Be the first thing they see before parking their car. Ah, I got it. I got it. Well, that's pretty cool. Somebody built a whole, like, functional car park. That's awesome. What else we got? Over here we have Ashlar Fountain Showroom. Wow, we can look at all the different types of Ashlar fountains. Limestone, the shale, the granite. Very cool looking. Oh. Evil Incorporated. Free parking. You must agree the meteor is your friend. I'll be watching. Alright. And then, yeah, we're getting up to a different island here, so we'll kind of separate the islands out. I think I missed a few things downtown here. It looks like somebody had trouble parking their skid steer. Just gonna say that. Luxury private parking and lounge. Interesting. Is that everything for this side? I think it is. This is wood and oil. Very cool. Sponsored by the Steward of Gondor. Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't... That's ominous. We've got this very cool and aesthetic sign here above this major intersection with some more signs. Alright. And store. Well, they're not wrong. Steel sign super... Wow, I can't read that today. Steel building supplies for the end of the world. Okay. Again, looks very nice. I like these pots here. Photonville Speedway. Ah, it looks like you can take the bike and go on a little go-kart race here. That's pretty cool. Speedway leaderboard. Apparently 20 seconds is impossible. Alright, very nice. Look at this amazing bridge somebody made out of brick. This is really quite impressive. They've got otters up on the top and everything. It looks like a suspension bridge in a lot of ways, or some variety of suspension bridge. So now we're headed over to the Tomato Republic. So let me pull up the map and show you what the Tomato Republic is all looking like. So here we were at the Photon Forge area here. Is Banana Republic down here, or Banana whatever, Banana Rama. This is Tomato Island. So I'm gonna try to do a kind of loop here where I kind of go in this way and then down here and over here and then over to here and then up and then probably back over to this area. and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so from this very impressive bridge, we have... Do you love the meteor? Looking forward to the warm embrace of Armageddon? Exchange gold here for meteor medallions. Lasers need a lot of gold. I see. Okay. Well, maybe I'll get myself a meteor medallion later. Mixed hardwood. This place is looking pretty cool with the combination of the ashlar stone and the composite lumber. Nice signage. Very nice work in here. It looks really good. All in all, this looks really neat. The real KFC, the Cartel Farm Club. Cartel. Bacon and cheese fries. BCF. They've got a nice big pixel art thing there. That's very cool. Honestly, the aesthetics of some of these buildings is amazing. They've done a really good job. Okay. Next up, we've got ourselves a big pyramid. Wow, look at this thing. Enter. At your own risk. Okay. Oh, it's a maze. Okay, you get lost in the maze. All right, we're not doing the maze right now, but that's very cool. We'll go up here to the side of the pyramid. Maybe we'll go on top of the pyramid and see what we can see. Wow, that's pretty cool. I've increased the view distance for a bit, so we're gonna try to keep things smooth here. We'll do just a little bit of a panorama of this whole region from on top of the this pyramid. Got some neat stuff to check out in this region. A big T on a building there. That looks pretty neat. All right, let's carry on. TPK Enterprise looks quite imposing. Nice flat steel and ashlar stone building there. Flat steel building here. Very cool. Some of these buildings look quite old. House for sale for 100 hedge funds. Oh my. Indian Beats Houseware Showroom. Let's head inside here. Oh, look at these fancy doors. There's some really cool looking doors you can get in this game. Lamps. Very nice. I'm not going to peek out back. Frame rate's a little bit lower right now because the view distance is on pretty high. What else we got here? Some more buildings, some more industry. Treasure hunt. Not gonna do a treasure hunt today, but that's pretty neat. Aloe, an aloe farm. Drop your tailings here. Somebody wants tailings. That's rather ominous. It's a rather cool looking building here, with kind of mix of brick and concrete. I think it looks really quite neat. All in all, very cool. And here's a more concrete, and I think that's flat steel maybe. Very cool. Very nice buildings here. What is... Oh my god. This is a tower of tailings. Well, that's rather tall. Wowzers. That is a lot of tailings. I wonder what our ground pollution looks like in this area. Well, there's a lot. This is that tailings orphanage building we saw a little bit earlier. And this is the tailings tower. That's a lot of ground pollution. There's some more ground pollution here. They don't have a waste filter on their blast furnace. Which, you know, you can save some electricity that way. Ooh, look at all the hedges here. One of the main dramas on the server was the rivalry between the hedge fund's currency and the bits currency. I'm not going to get into that here, but that was an interesting time for sure. Not too much to see on the surface here, but I'm going to poke my head down to the human condition. Just down this ramp. Got themselves a nice big workshop here with all kinds of machinery and tools, and I'm sure that if I went far enough I'd find that there's a ginormous mine. Yeah, wow. There's a lot of work went into this area. Holy cow. Anyway, I'm not going to explore everything, because that would take forever, but very neat. The two people who ran the store there, they really pumped out a lot of high-level stuff, and people bought a lot of stuff from them, and they went through a lot of resources. They built lasers and everything. Really quite impressive with the amount of work. What's this? Just a house here. Somebody's discarded scooter. And not too much else in this area, I don't think. Over here we seem to have green heck. World record 100 hedge funds. Leaderboard. Lark Shark with rank number 1, possibly juicing. So this is some sort of hedge maze that Choco put together at Grow Things Farm LLC. I'm not going to go inside. Maybe I'll poke my head inside. Oh. Okay, if I go any further in here, I'm going to get lost. I'll poke my head around the around the side of the place, though. I think Choco did a lot of farming this year, although you can clearly see that he hasn't been doing much for a while. There's a lovely beet farm here. Look at the beets, look at the corn and the wheat. Some really nice farming going on this time. A lot of people did farming. I really like it when I see people doing farming. It's complicated and it's a good skill to learn in the game for sure. The immense lumber and stuff. Wow, this place is great. Well, that's some accurate advertisement, I'm sure. Oh, this is a quaint street. Stone Company, Glassworks, all these businesses deal in hedge funds, it looks like. Definitely not Monsanto. Alright. Probably leave before we get sued. Okay. What is this? Boat hockles. Okay. Legendary cows. Alright. This looks like a nice, really quaint downtown area. Fresh produce. Cute meteor sign. Tomato Republic Government Center. Let's head over here and see what this is all about. Wow, look at this cool brick and lumber building. Tomato Republic Government Center. Support the Tomato Republic. Official currency is bits. Oh my gosh. Put your messages here. Cool. I thought their official currency was hedge funds. I guess they gave up. Hedge bits. This is a store for somebody's stuff. Replant the oaks you cut down or the Velociraptor will come for you. Alright. Tomatoes Amore. Neat. Well, there's all kinds of cool stuff going on here, but we really probably should move on to another region. Ashlar and Glass. This is quite a bold entrance area here. Let me check the map and see if we're missing anything important that I want to see on this island, and then we'll head off to a different one. Okay, so this whole region of the island we haven't explored yet, so we'll run through this pretty quickly. Got Tegrity Industries here. We saw this earlier, or we saw this in the distance earlier. Look at the use of pillars. That's cool. On the rocks. Looks accurate to me. Oh, we gotta go check out that building. Wow, this place looks really good. Look at how cool this building looks. They've got a lovely patio. Very nice. Even with flowing water in their fountain. That's awesome. Wow. Let's get up on that balcony. Yep, right here. Very cool. This looks great. And we fell down the stairs. Yeah, this is very good use of resources in very clever ways to make some very pretty rooms. It's very impressive. And what do we got here? Some kind of castle. That's pretty neat. Very neat castle. Oh my gosh, they have like a whole river and everything here. Look at that. This is really well done. I'm not sure who this was, but I'm quite impressed. This is great. Yeah, talk about a big castle. That thing is huge. It's even got braziers up on the top so it can have fire. I think we're getting close to the casino over here. Looks like a tiered farm there. That's pretty neat. It says the casino is this way. Ah, presumably through this ominous tunnel. Oh wow, look at the cool caricature of a person they've got on the with the wood there. Very neat. Beware the dogs. I see. There's a lottery. Casino. The casino appears to be closed. Take a peek around. Not sure how any of this works, but there's a bunch of really cool games here. Never got the opportunity to do any of these, but it's clearly very well done. Wow, look at all the signs and different games and battleships. You can play Battleship. Well, all in all, I'm very impressed with the casino here. This is very well done. It looks very cool, and a lot of effort clearly went into putting this all together. It's very impressive. Okay, well, I think that just about wraps us up for this whole island, the Tomato Republic. I have the districts map on right now, so you can kind of see it. We're gonna make our way down here. We'll check out whatever this is, and then we'll go over here to the Motherland. I think it's called that because this is the island that the spawn point was on. So they got a big jungle here and a big grassland. So we'll take a look at that whole island next. This person's got themselves a nice fountain. Very nice, although it looks a little bit murky, gotta say. I like the use of the mortared stone roof pieces to line the road. It's quite well done. Very nice. Do we head off this way? Well, that's where we're headed next, yeah. Let's go this way. Here we are on the Motherland, so let's see what we can find here. Somebody's industrial operation is over here. It looks like somebody made a cool castle over there. Neat, yeah, it certainly has a castle aesthetic. And over there is a Photon Forge area. Did we go up in that big tower? I think that's the elevator tower. That's right, it'll be hard to see from up there because stuff doesn't render in that far. Anyway, let's see what else we can find here. Ah, we found Ferdoyo Motor Company. In bits and in hedge funds. They have bicycles, bumps, and scooters. Very cool. Right now we're looking at the backside of that parking garage we saw earlier. Quite impressive. I like how tiered it is. Someone appropriately labeled this tunnel. Over here we have the Motherland Commodities Exchange. There was a effort to set up a bunch of commodities exchanges to balance out the price of bits, which I'm not going to explain here, but there's also this currency exchange here for exchanging non-fish tokens into bits, which is a story in and of itself that I would love to tell you, but yeah, I don't really have time for that. That's okay. Look at how cool this building looks though. Look at the way they use the bricks, the different brick pieces to give this such a very unique aesthetic to it. And how it flows up on the one side. It's not symmetrical, but it still looks really good. All in all, this is a very well done, if small, brick building. 10 out of 10. And over here we have store. I think this is Smacetron's store. Across the way we have Tonal Hockle's Eternal Wellness Garden. Oh my gosh. Even top tier foods are under 10 bits. Hot and ready in $5. Very nice. Well, I'm not hungry right now, but if I was, I would certainly stop. Wow, look at how nice this patio looks. Are these tapestries of some kind? I wonder if those are from a mod, or if those are actually in the game now. I'm not quite sure. But otherwise, anyway, this whole eatery looks really quite nice there. Very good work. And over here we have Crew. Crucifry's shop here. Looks like he was doing tailoring and butchery and stuff. Oh, rugs. I forgot about rugs. Never put any rugs in our house. Oh well. Not sure if their truck is doing very good though. Unlucky. Evil Incorporated has a little store here, I suppose. Go no further. Evil awaits. Okay, I'll go somewhere else. I wonder what this was supposed to be. Choco loves Krabby Patties. Okay. Good to know. We've got a nice looking building over here with some, I think is that concrete? Yeah, it's mostly concrete and then ashlar stone. Looks quite nice. Oh, we got a good view of the meteor right now. Let's see, what does it say on it? Oh, I have the UI off, so it's not going to tell me. It's like 25 days in, so like 5 days left, but we're basically at the point where we're going to destroy it. So say goodbye to the meteor. Over here we've got the juicery, composite lumber store. Now serving fresh juices, mocktails, coffee, and tea. That's very cool. That's from the mixology mod that we have installed. And then we've got this quite imposing ashlar gneiss? No, this is ashlar basalt, I think, building here. Wow. They got all the top tier benches and tables in there. Looks very nice. Bunch of wind turbines up on top. Let's see what they have on the second story. Oh man, I don't even know what this is. Oh, this is the thing that makes a nylon fabric. Very cool. Looks like we're getting into the portion of the island that's kind of rainforesty. So I'm not quite sure what there is through here. Nice campsite down there. Looks quite cozy. Let's take a look over here first. Wow, the way that some of these people have built into the river like this, kind of built their house up next to it like that, looks really good. A lot of really good looking aesthetic buildings on this server. Really quite impressed. This, however, I'm less impressed about. This is wet tailings here in a stockpile on the surface, so that's causing ground pollution. But unlucky, that's the way it goes sometimes. Guys, look, it's Choco Bell. They sell tacos here, apparently. Well, no tacos for us today, unfortunately. The shop on stilts. Interesting. This region looks pretty cool. Let's take a browse through here. A lot of hewn log buildings. I suspect some of these people didn't continue playing past the first week or two of the game, which is fine. What they did build still looks pretty cool. Nice roadways and everything, and hedges and buildings, and all looks pretty good, I gotta say. There's a cool ambiance here from some lighting in the jungle like this, with the mushrooms on the ground. All in all, very neat. Please widen your road. I second this. Third, please and thanks. Fair enough. It is quite a skinny road, I will say that. What do we got over here, though? It looks like a nice big lake, and then some other people building some stuff. Integrity Industries, they have outposts all over the place, it looks like. Ooh, there's a floating tree over there. We'll have to go take a look at that. Wow, now this looks like a real jungle experience, a real getaway. Really, really cool. The way they've used some of the composite lumber frames. I think this is Clarence Mudd. He's done a very good job. Look at how integrated this is to the surrounding landscape. I'm not going to tour his house. It looks like he's home right now. But we will do a kind of a walk around and see if I can get a better shot of that floating tree. Here we are on the back side of that house. Still trying to find a shot of the floating tree up there, but as you can tell, the jungle is kind of dense. This is a good spot here. Sky High Farm with a nice big ceiba tree up there. Look at how cool and tiered this whole area looks. Very cool the way it's all blended into the jungle. I like that a lot. They got all kinds of pots and trees and plants and everything. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I'm not quite sure what all the clay, like, the kind of weird misshapen ground is for. Maybe it's not finished. Maybe I'm just not comprehending it. But all in all, it looks very good. This looks like a fancy kind of industrial-ish house here. And a wheelbarrow. You don't see those too often. Neat. It's a pretty good looking house there. It looks like they made it out of lumber. Quite fancy. I gotta say, this road looks like a pain to drive on. We've got some nice lakefront property here in this area. Some nice looking homes for sure. Well, I think this about wraps us up for the Motherland Island territory. Not too much else to see that I've been able to determine, so we'll move on to another one. There actually is one more area here that I don't think we took a look at on this island, where they've got some very nice looking papaya farms. All in all, looks very nice. Some cool architecture here. Then let's move over to this island. This island I don't think has a region. It's really quite small. But whoever this is has built an incredible greenhouse. At least I think that's what this is. So let's take a look here. Coastal Mercy's Isle of Strife. Rip robot acid. Okay, well, fair enough. Coastal Farms. Yeah, it's like a greenhouse. Neat. Well, we're gonna have to check this out. The greenhouse looks really cool. Look at the way they've used the mortared stone and the glass to really enclose the greenhouse. I assume this is how we get up? Yeah. Nice. All kinds of rice. They wrote welcome on the sign in their rice fields. I guess they were expecting visitors. Oh, and I can't go over here because there's glass. Nice. Yeah, this is great. It's really hard to do sort of a curved roof with the glass. The glass doesn't really let you do that very easily, but they did a great job for sure. Have you heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV? All right. Go ahead and move on then. Nice, cool looking building over there too. So what island are we headed for now? All right, this is the island that we just were on with the cool greenhouse and everything. We're headed down to this island, which is called the Eastlands. All right, the Eastlands looks like a pretty big island. Let's see, what do I need to make sure that I see? Probably this area, and here is a cool greenhouse. I want to see the Sears Tower for sure. And a few things along the coast, all the way down to the tip of the island here. Okay, sounds good. Let's get working our way through the Eastlands. Right off the bat, we've got this very tall tower that does something. I'm not sure what it's for, but I'm sure it's cool. So some time has passed, and whatever this structure is beginning to take shape. Hello? I'm not sure if they can hear me or not. We will give it a shot. So we're moving up the stairs here. I'm really curious to see what this is. I'm not sure if it's finished or not. It looks like it might be a big house in the sky. Welcome to the glass case of immersion. Oh my gosh, we're going to be immersed here. Wow, it's like a big walkway in the sky. That's super cool. Let's see what this all is over here. I wonder if this is like a meteor viewing platform that they've made. The Patio of Day's End. Cool.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I sure can. This looks great.
Oh, excellent. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I was passing by the other day, and it was just a stick coming out of the ground, and now it looks very different.
Yeah, it's been a lot over the last couple days.
I bet. Very nice. Had to come and take a peek.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah.
I guess I can show you the glass case of immersion if you care
Sure.
to take a look real quick.
Man, those are some interesting pants you've got there. They're all
Thank you.
checkered.
I got it from Xbox. So yeah, people tend to miss this area, but I have done this for some reason.
Okay. And what does this do? Oh, you're immersed. I get it. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, the glass case of immersion.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, 10 out of 10. I've never been more immersed in my whole life.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad to hear it. That's all I ever wanted. And then you can escape through this way if you really want to.
Oh, I fell off.
Oh, no, don't do that.
This is interesting. Did we just fall out here or something? I see.
Oh, perfect. Well done. You found it.
Well, we were getting really immersed down here.
Yup. It was initially going to be a waterfall, but I didn't have time to use that much material, so we get a water elevator. Yeah.
Well, water elevators are cool too.
Yeah. And I was thinking, you could jam a bunch of people in here and just have a bunch of floating people. It's a spectacle from the outside, at least.
Cool. Well, now we're at the bottom of the ocean.
We are, and now we're dead.
Alright, well, thanks for showing me around. Very nice work.
Yeah,
Have a good one. What is this? Somebody built a little square house on the bottom of the ocean. Buy My Junk LLC. We have gold. Gold doesn't sound like junk to me. Wow, this is quite the bridge here. Holy cow. We're just... Wow. This is a very, 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 very long bridge up here to the top of this big mountain. I think this person was having issues getting their water pumps to work. I hope they eventually figured it out. I would presume that they did, since they have a whole lot of copper and a whole lot of gold. Lots of work went into this. Clearly, a lot of terraforming jobs happened here. Let's poke our heads over here and see if there's anything up here that we can look at. There's a nice patio here. Redwood lumber and store. Very nice. A redwood lumber area. Redwood supply store. Very cool. This is a nice road with all the walls and everything that they've put together here. Big fan of that. Cool industry through here. A nice patio with the bison next to a bison. It's a spitting image. Are you brothers? Automated vending machine. Interesting. Redwood Mountain Corporation. They've got some cool stuff here for sure. Ooh. Fancy room in here. A bunch of resources. A bunch of crushed stuff. Right on the side of a huge mountain. Oh, let's take a quick peek inside of their mine. Got some gold. They got some gold. They got a lot of gold. They sure do. It's a lot of gold. Let's take a trek up this mountain before we go up to the north side of the island. Welcome. Mountain Shire Materials. Seems quite welcoming for sure. We're trying to get up to the top. That looks like there's a bridge to do it, but it's quite a roundabout bridge here. There's a great view of this region from this bridge. You can just see how densely packed all the population was in this whole area, in this whole world. We had, even in the mountains, people living on top of each other practically. Wonder where that staircase goes. Let's take that. Instead of the boring road, we'll take the staircase. Look at how pretty this is compared to the road. Very cool. What are we going to find up at the top here? A building? Nice. Very cool looking. Somebody's house, I presume. And snow. We got snow on the top of the mountain. I guess it goes to show that we managed not to destroy the environment in this game. And what do we got down here? This is almost like a volcano or something. Volcano crater in a lot of ways. There is an awful lot of oil drilling that happened here, I'm aware of, and it really screwed up the environment in this area for a while. But fortunately, ground pollution you can recover from, and as long as you don't heat up the atmosphere to the point where it melts all the snow and changes all the things and makes farming hard and kills the animals and all that stuff. As long as you don't do that, most of the damage you do to the environment in this game will heal itself. So yeah, looks pretty cool in this area for sure. I wonder if I can jump onto this aqueduct that somebody built. Nope, I missed. Oh well. Oh, they got a big patch of copper here. Wow, look at all this copper. Alright, well, there's a lot of pump jacks here. Need to look too closely at that. And we'll head on to, presumably Chicago, if there's a Sears Tower to be had. Okay, so from here, the Tomato Republic is that way. I want to take a look at a greenhouse that I saw on the map before I get too much further. Oh, here it is. Wow, look, they use the hedges and the glass to make their greenhouse. Very nice, and they have a built-in garage for their plow, I assume. Cool. This is great. I'm really impressed with the greenhouse, the different greenhouse designs that have come up on the server. It looks really good. Looks like they use blocks instead of glass walls. So if we go this way towards Tomato Republic, but not really. We're probably going to end up at Chicago. Hey, look at that. I can see it in the distance. They have hedges here as grass. All right, then. A very cool looking flat steel and concrete building. We'll take a brief peek at here. Looks very nice. It looks livable, you know? Like the kitchen looks like an actual kitchen. Here's a back view of that very impressive house that we just saw from the street. And now we're headed off over here to see something very unique. So there's something in this area that we almost missed. So let's get in this elevator here and head on down. The dwarves have been busy. Deep under this mountain, they've created an amazing world. Look at how incredible this looks. This whole underground world was put together by Halox and Merwin, with help from others, I'm sure, but holy cow, look at how amazing this thing is. I just can't get over it. This is an extremely impressive underground room, house, building, town, city, empire. Looks amazing. And, like, look at this too. They've even got this actual themed looking mine and everything with a tent and... wow. This is just incredible. I'm not going to go through every single room here, but I just wanted to make sure that this got captured, just how incredible this entire area was. All the shops and all the items and the chairs and just everything. So impressive. Oh, there looks like there's a vault in here. Let's poke inside. Wow, look at all that gold inside the vault. We'll see if we can sneak our way in. This looks like a government room of some kind. This looks like the entrance to get into the vault. Oh, yep, here's the vault door. Nice. That's a lot of gold. Very nice. Well, color me impressed. What's over here? A whole pathway through the copper. This must have been so hard to do because you can't, like what you're seeing here, this is copper ore and this is granite. They must have, I don't know how they did this, because this just must have been the way the copper deposit was shaped, because you can't actually place granite. Although it looks like they might have placed something down, because you can see that the color is slightly off here, so maybe this is somehow done by hand. But I mean, even if it isn't, like, holy cow. Very nicely done. Look at all the ashlar gneiss, the ashlar granite everywhere, the pillars, the fountain, the overhead walkway. This copper deposit is just incredible. Like the way that they've worked all of this in. Oops, I fell down. The way they've worked this whole room inside of this copper deposit inside the mountain. Like, look at that. It's really cool. Let's go up the stairs here and see what's up here. Just a bunch of bedrooms, I presume. Wow. Let's go on that bridge. The laundromat. We're passing the laundromat. Coin laundry, probably. What's up here? Just more industry rooms. Bathroom. Here we are on that bridge in the center. Looking down. This is just incredible. I'm so impressed. This is really quite astonishing. And a classroom. Oh boy. This is where they learn how to do the ashlar, to make the ashlar, I guess. The way that they've gotten very lucky. There must be a ton of different copper deposits here for them to really work it all into all of these different places. Sweet. Well, this has been amazing. I'm glad that I got a chance to tour this. Gonna be a responsible person and take the elevator back up to the top. All in all, very impressed. You guys should feel very proud of what you've created here. It's very good. And there we go. It's not quite as tall as the real Sears Tower, but it's quite tall. Thanks for visiting Eastern Eco. This is cool. Is this supposed to be the buildings along the Chicago River that are like circular and they're right next to each other and everything? I think that's what those are supposed to be. I don't think they're this close to the Sears Tower in real life, but they are quite cool looking. Very nice though. This is great. What do they have inside of there? An elevator, I think? I wonder if they let us ride the elevator. Ah, an important message. Follow Reed on Twitch. Eggs, balls, and stefferoni. This must be their whole area, I think. I'm not quite sure how the property works out as far as who built what, so I'm trying not to say like, oh, well there it's labeled. The Shy Sears Gal Tower. So yeah, Steph built the Sears Tower. It's quite impressive. Not sure what this building is supposed to be. There's a very cool statue there. It looks like it belongs in Daily Plaza. Although they have the plaza named here. Ocean Park, featuring the Bendy Duber. All right then, well that's a very cool looking statue sculpture in this beautiful park. I'll try not to step on the flowers. Yeah, wow, this is great. This the river here with the oh my gosh, they used pipes going up to make little fountains. That's incredible. This is amazing. Look at that. And they even have water here for the river. And look, the water is underneath the bridge here. Wow. This is amazing. Can you go inside these? No, they're just aesthetic. Very nice. This is extremely impressive. What else is there to see? I want to make sure I don't miss anything. We've got... What are you doing in there, Steph, sis? Okay. What is this? Oh, this is animal husbandry, I think. I think this is an animal husbandry thing. That's what I'm looking at there. We can see inside their house. It's pretty neat with the lumber and the glass and the brick. Looks very nice. What's down this ramp over here? Another building. And along the river here. Eggs bike box. Bikes come without kickstands. If you want a kickstand, you can shop elsewhere. Okay. Wow, look at how they use the wooden ramps from the mods to make this look super cool. Earthquake zone, bikes may fall at any moment. That's true. Kentucky Fried Turkey and Pirzok. If host is not available, please seat yourself. Very nice. Kitchen employees only. Oh, I should probably get out of here then. Wow, this is aesthetically amazing. This is very, very well done. What is this building supposed to be? Crystal Conda. Cool. And now entering Riverwalk City's historic district, Tibble's Terrace. Cool. Look at how nice this terrace looks. Gotta hop over the ramp here. Get a little bit stuck, but that's okay. Wow. Look at how cool this looks. It's like a little river walk. Oh, down to the beach. This is awesome. Look at this. Kowalski Corner on the beach with what the heck is this? It's a blender. Just have a blender sitting out on the table. I didn't even know that was in the game. You can recline here. Beach towels. This is amazing. Oh, and they have a great view of the Tower of Tailings. I think that's what that is. Oh no. Cool. Well, this whole area is just incredibly impressive. It's clear that a ton of work went into this. It looks amazing. 10 out of 10. Great job, guys. The early settlers of this region devised a prosperous plan to build a city along this sleepy stream. Cool. You're welcome. Okay. What else can we look at over here? I think the southern end of this island we haven't looked at yet. So I'm going to head off to the southern part of this island and we'll take a look at what's over there. Got a cute beet farm over here. Very nice. Wow, this is a cool vista. This is a great view from this spot. On top of the trees here, we can see up into the mountains. Somebody built a very cool looking building up on the top of the cliff there. Very nice. What do we have here? A lumber building of some sort. Mountain goat. Some sort of industry around here. Not quite sure what all is going on. Uh-oh. I've slowed down. My character isn't running anymore. My character is just walking. Presumably that means that, oops. Presumably that means that we need to eat some food. We have a craving right now for simmered meat, but I don't have any on me. So we've got some mostly expired food here, but we'll just be good enough with that. All right, back to the tour. There's a cute little homestead up here that somebody put together. Nice walkway down to somewhere, I presume, down to their basement. We won't intrude, but yeah. Looks like a nice, lovely little home. Campsite down below. I do like the look of it, the campsite down below there. Another farm building, it looks like, here in the area. Also looks pretty nice, but doesn't look like it's been inhabited for a while. G Money Supply Company. Very cool. Nice, cool stone house there. I really didn't come to this part of the world too often, so not quite sure what all is in here, but just taking a brief look. All in all, it looks very cool. Looks like we've got a lot of industry here. Nothing too interesting for a tour. I think that about wraps us up for this island. Let's see what island we do next. So looking at the map, here we are all the way on the southern end of the island. And we've already done this island that's directly to the south because this is Tomato Republic and the world is a big sphere. So we've already done that island. What have we not done yet? We haven't done this island that's over to our east from here. So let's go ahead and do this island next. I'm going to work my way back up to this area up here, and then we'll head south across this fancy-looking bridge. Here we are at that fancy-looking bridge. We're headed towards the wetlands. What was this called? This island is the Westlands. So this is us on the bridge up here. We're going to head our way south down to the end of the Westlands. So our first sight when we get to the end of this bridge here is this amazing looking property here. I'm not even sure what this building is supposed to be. Beachside is what the sign says. I think the owner is actually home. Trying not to disturb him. He's got a nice store, a nice cool walkway here, a lectern out front. Cool looking aesthetic here with the ashlar stone. Looks very nice. Parking garage, a tower, brick and mortared limestone. I'm not quite sure what exactly this is. It looks like it's still under construction, so no judgment, of course. I think it's probably their house, their housing bonus building, but it looks really cool, especially from the map, like we were seeing earlier. They've got themselves cool workshops up there. They've done a really good job with their aesthetic for sure. They've done some really cool things with the materials. Let me give you a vision from the side here. Jump up on this. Here we are. Wow. That must take a lot of work to do that, because you have to place all those blocks manually. I'm sure it's very challenging. Looks really good. All right, next up, we have a place that I've spent a lot of time at. This right here. This hole in the ground is our coal mine. Most of the coal that we use came out of this hole in the ground here. Not going to go all the way in it. Well, I may as well just go all the way in it. But yeah, all the coal that we've been using in our operations came from this huge hole in the ground here. So yeah, not too much else to say besides the fact, yep, this is a coal mine. But there's some other cool buildings to look at here. Let's see. This one looks like a farm, a combination of farm and a bunch of other things. I'm not quite sure all what's going on here, but seems nice enough. Living in the wetlands can be rewarding because you definitely get a lot of coal. However, you know, it's not necessarily the most resource-rich area. There's no trees that spawn naturally inside the wetlands itself, and all that. So let's see what we got over here. Looks like just another house, another homestead here. Nice brick and mortared stone aesthetic. Pretty cool. Mushroom and beans farm here, it looks like. That's always good. Need mushrooms, need beans. What do we got over here? This is, God, another store. All right, then. Somebody else's operation here. Got a fair number of wind turbines. A cool looking brick building. I like the use of the brick for the aesthetics there. Looks really good. And then, yeah, another cool looking brick and lumber and ashlar stone building in the back there. Looks like their house. Cotton. Make a lot of fabric out of this. We're going to keep heading south. This ramp doesn't look very effective. Got a lovely fenced-in yard over here. Quite nice. Oh man, somebody went crazy with the asphalt over here. Look at this pattern. Wow. Must have taken some effort to put that in and make it all look nice. Another cotton farm for sure. What else we got in this area? Just a bunch of other houses and stockpiles and stuff. Looks nice. They've done a good job here. I like the very, very, very fancy road. This is a cool looking area. It looks like it's called the neighborhood. They have a number of buildings here. So let's go ahead, go down here and enter the neighborhood. Welcome to the neighborhood, a socialist district. Hockles for health minister. All right. Edith Hockles. All right. The neighborhood Hockles health minister. This is Hockles, Tony Hockles' famous abode. Eat Hockles kitchen. Very effective use of of signs here too. All that junk up in my trunk is what their bumper sticker says. Eat at Hockles. Nice. Can't because I don't have a UI right now. Welcome to the neighborhood. Truly marvelous deliveries. Neat. Very cool. Got some fancy looking buildings here. I wonder what this is supposed to be. Proudly unbetrayed by Hockles, 1987. Okay. 1987 to present day. Oh, look at the way they use the mortared stone or the brick to do this cool kind of angled design for this room. I really like this actually. This is really quite cool. I liked it a lot. This looks like some big municipal building here. Oh, this is neat too. Wow. Some of these buildings are really quite impressive. Must have taken a lot of effort. They've even got little trees here. Growing some trees here and a patio and a drive-through underpass. Although watch your head on this one. Cool. Let's see what they got over here. Big brick. Oh, this is an aqueduct. I want to see this from on top. Wow, look at this awesome aqueduct that got built here. It looked really good from below. It looks really good from up here. It pulls the water all the way over there. That's awesome. They got this cool brick kind of brutalist building there. That's the municipal building we were looking at. The other ones we were looking at, they got all that cool flat steel there. Corrugated steel. Let's see, what building is this? Oh, now we're on the aqueduct. Brick forward and glass hole. Materials hard enough to hurt someone. Oh dear. Fine crafted carpentry. Well, I gotta say, this place looks amazing. It is its own little neighborhood. True to its word. Look, inside of that room they have some, like, pillars, some concrete pillars in there. I wonder what the intention is for that. Very cool looking, though. All right. Well, this has been really cool. What else can we look at around here? Looks like we're just outside the neighborhood now. And we got a nice big tower. The Sky Tower. I wonder if I can get to the top of that. Even if it doesn't have an elevator, I should be able to. Holy cow, that's a lot of stairs. All right, you ready? Oh, man. Well, we did it. We made it to the top of the tower. Whew, that's a lot of stairs. It's like 7,000 stairs or something like that. Just kidding. I use the unstuck command to get to the top. But yeah, wow, that's a tall tower. You can really see a lot from here. Wow. Just see if I can hop on top of this. There we go. Yeah, gives you a great panorama view of the area. Let me turn the render distance up and see what that looks like. Well, it doesn't go much further than it did, but yeah, you get a really good sense of all the different stuff they have in this whole region. There's a bunch of farms over there, it looks like. That's the area we were just exploring a bit ago. The farm with the cool looking asphalt. All in all, very nice area. Where to next? Okay, it looks like we should take a peek down here at the bottom edge of the island. It looks like there's some cool stuff to see there. Then maybe we can cross this bridge back over to the Tomato Republic and find something else to look at that I may have missed. This is a cool area. It looks like we've got some sort of building here. Probably this is a roof to an underground tunnel. Let's go around to the other side of this building and see what that is. Your bits are medium. Okay. Fair enough, I suppose. This is a big building we were on the other side of. It looks like we are not allowed inside, which is fair enough. Would be cool to see into their basement, but that's okay. And then, yeah, we don't have too much else to explore on this island here. We've basically gone through everything, I think. Looks like another farm where it used to be farm here, and there's going to be a lot of buildings and a lot of stuff that I've definitely missed. But that's the way it goes sometimes. It's a cool aesthetic with the sandstone and the mortared stone. But yeah, then we're over here by that bridge that I was saying about earlier. And yeah, now we're going to head over. Oh my, look at that. That's cool. Going to head down this very cool looking bridge here. And then the last major chunk that we have missed is the southern end of Banana Island. So I will start from the southern tip of Banana Island and work my way up to the middle. Got some cool stuff to see all along that area, so stay tuned. I didn't even notice this earlier. There's a big sign here and a gate for the Westlands. That's pretty cool. Looks quite imposing. We're swimming past some interesting looking structure here in the water. I'm not quite sure what this was supposed to be, but it looks interesting enough. Here we are on the southern tip of Banana Island. And take a look at a handful of things through here and work our way up towards the north. Got a lot of cool stuff to see, and we'll end over here in Mordor. I'm not sure what this sneak peek of next year's project is supposed to be, so alright then. But look at this, we got another boat. This is a very cool looking boat we've got here with a crab and everything. Wow. With the searchlight on the front. All in all, a very fancy looking boat. Very nice job, very well done boat. I would happily sail the seas in such a contraption. Over here we've got a cool artistic looking building, I think, with a bunch of terraces here. Have a seat furniture. Nice. Oh wow, look at how big this bookshelf is. Holy cow. Neat. Let's see, whoops, I almost fell in a giant hole there. See what else we can find here. A nice big tiered farm, that's cool. Look at how pretty this house looks with all that lighting inside and the framed glass. Very cool. River Run Conservation. Alright then. Oh, another waterfall area. Look at how cool that looks. It's like a nice big building over here on the crossroads of some highways. I'm not sure what this giant sign is for. Does it say something on the other side? I bet it does. If you stole my silo, F you. That is a big sign. That is a very big sign. All right, well, next up, let's take a peek at this underwater building over here. This has been here for a little while. I was in here earlier, I think. Although not earlier in this video, earlier in the game. Is there a way in? It looks like it's a store. You should be able to get in. Yeah, this is a door right here. Neat. Oh, it's a cafe. They got the blender and they got the latte machine. That's great. Well, this underwater building is cool. It must have been a pain in the butt to get all the water out from there, I gotta say. Carpenter's Corner. Get your goods at Action. Neat. Cool looking building with a nice arch here. The arched hewn logs is from a mod. Huckleberry Farms. We love huckleberries. Look at all the farming we've got going on here. We got a whole bunch of beets, a whole bunch of wheat. This is great. Love to see farming. Wow, this shop accepts Larkmark's bits and hedge funds. That's quite impressive. That's a lot of currency to keep straight. This is a cool looking house. Definitely pretty neat. What else we got through here? I think we're on the south side of Larkville, or Budopolis, I think is this. There's two different names for it. It's up and coming towards the beginning of the server, but I think not so much now, or not so much in the later portions. It's a cool house up on a cliff there. And I'm gonna run off in this direction. We're gonna go visit New Australia next. Down here on the far south side of Banana Island, we have New Australia, which is a group of very nice people that make some cool stuff, I guess. That's what they've decided to call their area, is New Australia. And yeah, they got themselves a nice real good setup here. Cool housing building made out of ashlar and glass. Whole bunch of brick industry here. Gold and copper and oil. They got everything going on here. All kinds of water wheels. Building some sort of, looks like this is still in progress, but they're building some sort of patio here. I like the bricks supporting the water wheels. That's great. Cool looking building. Bunch of furniture and stuff in there. Very nice. New Australia Way. Welcome to New Australia. Good day. Alright, we're back on the south side of this big town here. Let's go see what's over here. Looks like it may just be some people's homes and industries in this area. Maybe not too much. Oh, we have actually already been here. Okay, here we are coming into town on the south side of this big city here. Looks like a bunch of houses and whatnot across the river. And we are in the city. Need to give it a second to load up real quick so we get some frames back here. Look at some really pretty houses here. Look at this is a greenhouse, I presume. Supposed to be. All kinds of cool looking nice stuff over here. A nice farm. That's the underwater glass shop we were in earlier. Yeah, this all looks lovely. Join the Lark side. Use Lark marks. Nice. For all your sushi needs, cool. River Run Bakery. Buy some cool stuff there. Dragon Horde Carpentry. Bits. That's all your store name is, Bits. Save the whales, increase global water today. They got a salty license plate though. I think this is someone's like the way they chose to style their home was to put a whole bunch of glass and then dig out everything underneath it, which is fine. Don't forget your whetstones, okay? A blacksmith store, Salty's Rocks. Now with 1,000% more sodium. Got it. Next we got the banana stand exchange. This is another one of those bits exchanges that were used to balance out the price for bits, which didn't end up being all that useful, unfortunately. It's a good idea, but we ended up doing just fine. I don't think a lot of people ended up using it. It's really most importantly used as a way of getting currency into the market. Over here we've got the Tusap procurement service. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Looks very nice with the ashlar limestone, the concrete, and the flat steel. Look at the office here. Ooh, I like the use of the fences here. Bookshelf and the executive desk. Wow. This is great. This is a really nice looking room. Very cool. Nice signs. Oh, I can't see. I can't go inside their workshop. We can take a peek inside though. Very cool. All right, headed north now. We're passing some more housing, it looks like. Is it in yet? New Australia coming soon. Okay. There's a cool little garden here. I guess you could sit down next to your buddy, it's not a lion, I can't remember what that's called. Tiger, I think. Ah, welcome to Budopolis. Clean energy. Okay. Okay, so this is Larkville here. This is Budopolis, okay? They are right next to each other, so I thought they were the same city, but that's okay. McLark's. Another fine McLark's establishment here. This is the Bud Interstate. This road goes all the way out, long way in that direction. In fact, there's actually something I want to show you way at the end of this road. I'll do that real quick. I just thought this little tunnel side shop here was quite quaint and cute. It's like built into the side of the tunnel as you're going down on your way. So I just want to show you this real quick. I like this aesthetic. I like the built into the side of the tunnel aesthetic. Maybe in the future, if I play this again here, I will build a industry that's just in the side of a mountain on the side of a tunnel like this. I like the tunnels. Also, look at how adorable this Photon Forge advertisement is. I mean, just look at that. That's cute. Okay, after that brief excursion, we're back here in Budopolis. Got a bunch more stuff to see. This huge building here. I think this is all housing. This might be somebody's apartment building. Oh my gosh, look at this. They did it all in ashlar sandstone. Look at how much ashlar sandstone they used to make this building. That's really quite impressive here. That's a lot of ashlar sandstone. Also got the finest meat slinging fishing market. All right. What else we got in this area? Cool industry over here. It looks like, I think this is Kiki's area. He's been doing a bunch of, whole bunch of different stuff. Racetrack, it looks like. Fancy modern era building. Some sort of monument. The vertical, oh, I see. I get it now. I understand. This is a PUBG joke. The vertical foregrip in PUBG, that's what this is referencing. With floors made of gold. Holy cow. This is quite the tower. Careful, short ledge. Thank you for the warning. Well, if you guys want to read the sign, you can. There you go. Okay, headed back past here. Moving up into the area that Ponkberry and Manny have been working in a lot. I think it's best viewed from the other side. So around here, we have... I'm not sure that there is a name for it, but this is where they've been working. They got some stores here where they buy and sell exclusively in fish tokens. And then we got some good stats about the servers. So let me go ahead and read through this. Currently, we have 18 players online. Total number of players that have ever logged into the server is 424. I think for the first 2 weeks, we averaged 100 players, which was insane. 109 farmers, 120 chefs, 99 hunters, 45 tailors, 66 smiths, 109 engineers, 179 masons, and 136 carpenters. Really quite a big server. Quite huge. What else we got around here? Here lies Gotatron. Goat always tells the truth. Understood? Cool buildings around here. I'm not quite sure what to show you. There's a lot of industry and a lot of stuff going on here, but I can't even begin to understand it all, honestly. There's a massive mine beneath our feet. The whole desert below us, I think, all got entirely mined out for iron and for ores and everything like that. So yeah, they've been up to a lot. They have one more project. Actually, let me go see if I can show you their project now. Manny and Ponkberry and Reed have been working on, mostly Manny and Ponkberry, I believe, have very, very cool underwater project. So I'm going to swim over here, and then I'll show you what this is. Here we are, deep underwater. And what do we see? Electric lights and glass. Not quite sure what this is or what this will be. I'm not sure if it's still under construction or not, but there's a whole city, maybe? There's a whole area underground here made out of glass, semi-trucks, cool buildings. I'm not even sure what some of these things are or what they do. I think this might all be to power a stove. That's my best guess. Not quite sure. But yeah, this is really quite impressive. Let me go up to the top and see if I can get inside. Wow, look at this. There's like different terraces here too. Can't even begin to figure out what all of this is for. Interesting. This is some sort of assembly line, maybe for cutting edge cooking. Some roads heading off this way. I'm wondering if this is done or if this is not done. I really don't know. It looks like it's still under construction, so we may have to do a second tour of this later once it's all wrapped up. But it looks really cool. It's a lot of work to build underwater. So, what's down here? Oh, well, this is absolutely nothing. There is nothing to see here. You used to be able to fish pretty well from here, from what I can remember, but you can't fish from there anymore. All right, I got to figure out how the heck to get out of here and carry on with the tour. So some significant progress has been made on Atlantis over here. Wanted to make sure I came back and gave it a bit of a tour. Looks very cool. Or maybe it's Waterworld. Let's see what the sign says here. Atlantis. How do we get in? Do you think we get in from over here? This looks right. Oh, there's glass here. Oh, there's a hole in the glass.
Hello.
Hello. Come to tour Waterworld.
Give me 1 second. Alright, there we go.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sweet. I was just coming to tour Waterworld.
Alright. Need a guide or are you good?
That's okay. I'll wander around.
Alright, let me go turn on some things so you can get the full experience.
Oh, sweet.
Enjoy.
Punkberry's going to turn on the machines that make all the smoke, I think. So what do we got over here? This is some sort of fish canning contraption, I think. I'm not sure. Looks really cool. There's another one. I think these are all fish machines of some variety. Oh no, this one's a canning machine? Yeah, it's a fish canning. I hear a bunch of noises. Is that from this machine or is this... Oh, there you go. There's the full effect.
Unlucky. Something has been placed somewhere where we're connected to the power grid again, so I have power now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, sorry that you're connected to the power grid.
Yeah, we have a very specific number of wind turbines up top just to make sure we have just slightly enough to start the water pump below, but essentially all 4 pipes are supposed to be like fuming with the smoke and everything.
Gotcha. Yeah, I get the picture. I saw it a bit earlier on Choco's stream. It looks great. He did a great job here.
Very fun and very beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, GG's and thanks a lot for the server. Had a great time.
Yeah, thanks for playing, most of all.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take a peek at some of the other rooms here. We could apply to be an Oompa Loompa. Not sure how well that pays. What's the fine print? Work hours are non-negotiable. Good to know. We got some other rooms around here. Maybe there's a path over here. Will's back door. Oh, what have we got here? A nice bar. Looking good. Parking. Willy Wonka Park's here. Nice. I hope that truck's okay. Alrighty. Well, I think we've seen it all here. Can go over to Reed's Absolutely Nothing and escape out this way. Whee! Well, I made it out from underwater there. Now we get to go over here and take a quick peek at 49ers guy's man-made island. He's put a lot of dirt here and built himself a little island, which is a lot of work. You have any idea how much dirt it takes to build an island in this game? A lot. It takes a lot of dirt. So yeah, I guess we can just head back this way. I'm not sure that there is too much else to see, but I think we'll head towards Mordor now. I think that's the right decision. Looks like there's a real big brick building over here and some spiky rocks. We could take a peek in here first. Rock hard masonry in Budopolis. Very nice. Look at how big this building is. Selling advanced masonry things. Cool. Nice showroom there. Look at these are all the options. Very nice. Very cool building too. I mean, it's even got some balconies up there. Maybe we can do a little short tour. Poke our heads inside here. Well, it's mostly empty. It's all right. Still looks pretty cool, especially this entranceway here. Very fancy. Then, yeah, we've got ourselves a bit of a main street here. A number of different buildings and establishments. Walking on down. Future site of something, maybe, which is property that we own. Choco Bell. The Burrow. Very cool. Running out of frames here, but this is the shot here. We've got Mordor coming in the distance. One does not simply drive through Mordor. This is probably the most impressive building I've ever seen in Eco, this whole build. So I'm going to do my best to document it, but I will probably miss something, just like I've missed an awful lot of stuff in this world, I'm sure. So first we've got this spooky tunnel here with all this flat steel. The dead trees is an amazing look. All this crushed slag here really makes this look spooky. And as you can see from the map, the way they use the crushed slag to make it look like the influence of Mordor is spreading is really quite impressive. Yeah, I agree. The way you did the map looks really good. It really looks like there's evil spreading from here.
I know.
And this is the tower. Sauron's tower. We'll go up that later. We'll stay on this level for now. Work our way around and see the barren wasteland in this whole region here. Pool of water. Not sure what the pool of water signifies or what it will become. But yeah, we're just trudging through Mordor here. This is the other side. Wow. Just take a step back here. Yeah, I have to do it from first person. Wow. That is very impressive. Look at that. I think we're going to shoot the lasers off here. We haven't done it yet, but I think we will do it here. So yeah, walking into this huge tower. It's an amazing looking Eye of Sauron up there. Here into the bottom floor, we've got an elevator on the left. Wow, this is an enormous amount of shale. Ashlar shale. Road store. Then I think the way we get up is over here. So yeah, we're going to go up the tower. This is just an incredible amount of work, I have to say. Meckham and Dev have done an amazing job, and I know Elroy is helping them too. Head on up here. Let's go up all the way to the top, and we'll see the eye. There's a door I can't go in. Is there a way up from here? Looks like maybe not. This might be as far as we can go. Kind of see that they built the eye out of copper bars, and we just fell off. Whoops. We fell off and we fell into the pit here. Okay, well, I guess now we're gonna explore this big pit, because not only is it the tower going up into the sky like that, also it goes under the earth. I mean, look at this, the gold towers here like this, and that's bedrock down there. Like, I'm not doing a very good job of documenting this. There is just so much to document. So here we are, we're all the way down at bedrock now, at the base of the tower. You can see all the way up there. Way up there is the top of the tower. This is really incredible. What does this sign say? If you've managed to get your truck down here, please use this elevator. In Mordor, we are evil, but we're not jerks. That's okay. I won't use the elevator. I don't need to use the industrial elevator. I'm just here to marvel at just how amazing this is. All the spikes, all the steel, all the slate. This is an incredible amount of work. I wonder if there's a way up here. Doubt there's a staircase. It's a private door. Alright, well, I will get us back up towards the surface, and we'll wrap things up there, I think. Here we are on the viewing tower for the lower portion of the tower here in Mordor. Let me just do a nice slow pan here. You can see the Eye of Sauron up above it there. Wow. Here we are back up on the surface. Just taking another look at this amazingly impressive building that they've constructed here. And underneath our feet we have the pool. There's Dev over there working on more stuff, presumably. It just looks amazing. Go over here and get a different view. Looks like there's a viewing platform down here. Not sure what all of this is for, but it's really amazing. Ooh, there's a staircase here. A printing press. Ooh, fancy bedrooms. Wow, look at all this stuff that they've got. Not gonna do a tour of the bedrooms. Pretty neat, though. This printing press machine is one of the experimental things that we have access to via Ponkberry. What else we got here? I think this is just more housing. Their house is underneath. They live in the Tower of Sauron. Well, I think that about wraps it up for this tour. I'm sure that there's corners of this world that I haven't made it to. I'm sure that there's amazing things here that I haven't been able to show you. But, you know, I could sit here for hours and not see everything. So, gotta call it at some point. This is a really amazing planet, really amazing build with a bunch of really amazing people that have built amazing, incredible things. So, feel really thankful to have been part of this and to have helped build things, and glad I was able to do this tour and kind of document some of this. There is so much to see in this world, and hopefully next year, when we do presumably the next Choco Eco server, it's just as amazing, if not even more amazing, and I have no doubt that it will be. Okay, well, thanks a lot, friends, for joining me for this. I think next up we're going to go ahead and show the meteor destruction, so stay tuned for that. Hello. You're moving might fast there.
You have so much property. Holy heck.
Yeah, we had a big group. Teaching my friends how to play the game.
Yeah. Look at all these gold bars. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got to do something with them.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe not, you know?
Hey, true.
I might not press the button.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. There's some really cool buildings. Look at this. Attention to detail. Hello. And within all the trees. Extremely nice. To to-do list for the employees.
Well, here we are at Mordor for the end of server party. Well, we're up here with the lasers. There's a party up here, clearly. Everybody's on top of the Eye of Sauron. We're gonna make our way up there. See if we can find the ladder. Oh, here we go.
Stop.
Hello.
Hey, Makeup.
Welcome to the eye.
Is this where I get my vision tested?
Yes.
We got Lord over there on the other side. Very nice. To see if anybody else
You guys ready?
joins
not
us.
to die?
So ready.
Maybe.
My bunker is stocked either way.
Take a nice look around us here.
I think we should get like 50 trucks and like all drive them into like a big gang.
We need all you guys to do the racetrack.
I'm not getting a lot of FPS right now.
I can't.
I feel very safe up here. Nothing bad will happen to me ever.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yes.
Alright, I'm making my way over to
Hello,
Mordor.
Zepho.
Funky type slash sit.
How do I get to the roof? Or do I take the stairs?
Oh no. What happened to your rep, Choco?
I don't know. What did you guys? What the heck?
I think they rep bombed Choco.
I saw Choco cheating. He was flying around and everything, so...
No, that
I
wasn't
think we
me.
should give Reed positive. We should give
Yeah,
Reed
everyone
positive.
give Reed 10 positive reps. Let's go.
Wait, that's not gonna help. What does rep right now?
Who cares? Sorry, that was mean.
I gave him back all his fish tokens. How's it going?
Oh, good.
Reed.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm sure you appreciate it. Hi, Reed.
No, Reed is unsuitable.
Can everybody just open their maps and take a look at how many names are in this one spot?
Oh, I already did that. Uncheck it, then check it again.
Yeah, there's a couple of people there. Holy cow.
There's no possible way this is gonna
They didn't look the
15,
same.
20 per hour.
Oh my gosh.
Why are you flying?
Okay, I
That's
see all
not
the people
fair.
now.
Whoa, admin abuse.
Someone stole my
Power
shoes.
abuse. Power abuse. Can I fly too?
Oh my gosh, this guy's flying.
Oh, mega
Stole
lol.
my shoes.
At least use a voice filter, bro. At least hone it in.
My real voice. Oh, for the love of all things.
Oh, please don't do
No.
that. Please don't.
No
Please don't do
bones.
that. Please don't do that.
Not again.
Group photo.
Wait, is Choco flying for everyone?
Yeah, he's flying.
Yep.
He has admin powers, probably.
I agree.
Probably
told her
has
now.
He probably has admin powers, you know, he's just
Probably.
flying
Just a
around.
little bit. A little bit.
He's
Hey, where are
like
the lasers
80%
going?
sure of it.
There's the platforms on each side.
Yeah, they're
Oh, I see. I didn't see them there. Okay.
already there.
And where's the computer lab at?
It's underneath us.
Do not jump
Ah.
us off.
And yeah, where's the
So
meteor?
weird.
That's a good question.
Unless you really want to.
Uh-oh, I'm getting pushed.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, actually, has
It's a temporary stay of execution.
Be freaked out. Everyone's looking at me. At least your character is. It's kind of weird. Like, even though they're
Oh, I'm
not
getting
all
pushed
not
more.
Gonna die. Yay.
Yay.
Maybe
For
the
now.
brazier is not the safe place to be.
now.
Oh my god, I was stuck under the earth and the Ponkberry saved me somehow.
Yay, eggs, you made it.
Pong.
Where were you?
Oh,
Did he
Eggs,
teleport
I'm
you?
so glad you're here.
I got trapped underneath
Common
the earth
punk
and unstuck
W.
would not save me, and then Punk just teleported me here.
Mordor does that to people, unfortunately.
Oh, I knew it.
Boss underneath me is making me move all around. I'm on his head.
Evil.
He said, "You're welcome."
Can we spawn another one after this and just let it hit?
There we go. I'm back on the brazier. I'm getting very few frames right now.
20 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
Hi, Starshine.
Hello.
Alright, I'm waiting like a minute or two more.
Well, Punk's flying around now.
There's a cheater in the server. Yeah.
All
Oh,
Weed Wizard.
all
Weed Wizard
those
came
fish
back, bro.
tokens.
Oh my
Battle
gosh, look at Punk go.
Chocohacks.com.
Oh, I didn't know about. I don't know anything about hacking.java.net.
Man, there's a lot of people
You say
here.
.snatch?
Yeah. Can we get someone
I
to talk
don't
about
know.
that?
I'm gonna snatch that. Never mind.
Oh my gosh, look at that tower.
Is here.
Tony
Hockles.
Hello, Tony Hockles.
Minister of Health.
All praise the Minister of Health.
Oh, hi, Rana.
Some really good bacon, guys.
Hey, we all did our taxes.
Yay!
You only, I just can't see you.
Oh my god, the laser is looking straight at me. Holy.
I can't believe that.
Do you have
36
taxes in Canada?
frames.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not double.
Right.
Oh wait,
There's no
power
taxes
of
in
everyone
Canada, I
dumping on
think
each
we all
other.
agree.
There's Canada, not
on their
Narnia.
taxes in Canada, dude. There's taxes in Canada. There is
All right.
All right.
You said it like Canada was make believe.
No, I don't have.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Literal ban.
No bows.
You know, or I'll
Bows
ban
and
Randy,
backpacks.
actually. Okay. Well, I don't have a whole lot to say here. I don't have a speech prepared. I do want to say, first of all, thanks everyone for playing, because we had last I checked, we had 424 unique people log into the server at some point, which is insane.
I was one of them.
Four too many.
Whoa! Wow! I was one too.
Yeah, so that's insane compared to last year's,
wasn't.
and I think for me this was the most fun and interesting playthrough.
It was. It was
So
really awesome.
Thanks everyone for playing, first of all, and can we all, most importantly, give a huge thanks to Ponkberry for dealing with the server maintenance, server restarts, setting up the mods, all that stuff.
Thank you, Ponkberry.
Very human.
Let's have
Nice,
more
good
mods.
Ponkberry.
Big shout out to the
Thanks.
dev, making a
Thanks,
cool
Bonk.
game. So
You'll be enslaved a little
W
bit
dev.
less.
the devs have, they were also helping Ponk with some server stuff, so they were also kind of involved with helping with that. So thank you, developers of the game.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Game's awesome.
We'll do another thing. You know, this is a yearly thing, so we'll do it again next year. We're gonna change it up one way or another. I don't know exactly how. I did see the dev stream for boats. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be cool. There's a lot of different boats, it turns out.
Can we integrate with them?
Boats and O's.
Let's go. Thank you to Choco.
Join to Australia.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chaco.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks, Choco.
They're bullshit.
My boy. Down with the government.
So I'm going. Where's the meteor? Is it gone? Do we win?
Yeah, I blew it up
Wait.
last night.
We did it.
I'm gonna
Are we-
place the
Go team.
Are we lasering Choco?
Yeah.
meteor's back. I'm
Choco,
gonna let her
Get
rip.
lasered.
Everyone should say
blow
when
up
it
that
starts
laser, go up
it
to-
up, we should say, "Oh, fire the laser!"
Bye.
Oh my gosh, people are flying off the top.
Oh, we're good.
Oh no.
Fredonia.
He's a witch.
Who's pushing the button?
There's a lot of people here right now. Randy's standing next to me. I don't know about how I feel about this, Randy.
Computer lab won't work in here.
I don't know, what side should we be watching?
Choco, I'm stuck on you.
Like, what side should we be watching?
We're all stuck on It'll be a slideshow regardless. It doesn't matter.
Does it fly over? I haven't seen it.
It doesn't meet the.
Oh no, it doesn't meet the room requirements.
Oh, I knew it. All right, pack it up.
Oh no.
Sorry, everybody. That's all.
Everybody go home.
Everybody go
Please
home.
don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah. Let it come.
Someone should get a view
You
of
don't have to
the
go
lasers
home,
from
but you
below.
don't, can't stay here.
Could I scooch in here, please?
Speed up the
Thank you.
timer.
I'm trying to get on
Hi,
top of people's
Crystal.
head.
Just where I belong.
Hello.
On top of
You'll
Florida.
be within 50
did I
feet
make
of
the-
the
Like, real
laser.
hard right now, actually.
Think
Really.
about
I
all
can't.
the
Sorry, bud. I can't
radiation.
move forward. There's no.
Has
anyone seen Huckles?
Don't fall.
I think Hockles is
somewhere in
buried.
the sea of names.
Somewhere.
I think.
Hello.
I'm hearing very scary word noises.
Oh, they're charging up or something?
Sure, it is a meteor.
Oh my god, what is
That's
that?
a great sound.
What
sounds like a dead
Is a sound?
No, that's the sun.
Help.
I don't like the noise.
Does anyone have eyes on the meteor?
I
Negative.
No.
Does anyone have eyes?
I like seeing where to get hit.
I have no eyes.
They are.
I mean, aside from the giant one we're seeing.
It'll be coming from the north.
They are northwest.
It's to the south.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay, Impact is coming. 2 days, 21 hours.
More like 0 hours.
Hey.
It's not gonna make it.
Hey, Reed.
This is
Got
fine.
him.
Hey.
Okay. Oh, I hear
Reed,
lots.
you remember meteors?
Wonder where the
Meteors?
meteor is.
All right, prepare for destruction.
Prepare for destruction.
Meteor.
Kevin,
Wait.
Destruction.
Wait for it to be straight overhead.
There's no meteor. What are you talking about?
Right?
All right, which one of you is fishing?
I don't know. I don't see.
More like a meteor.
Meteor.
Yeah, wait for it to be straight overhead.
Right now,
It's
coming
the
up.
man on the moon. He's fishing for cheese.
It's someone on top of my
don't know
head.
where it is.
Probably catching
Oh, there it is.
great fish up here.
The meteor is,
The heck?
The fishing
Oh.
pole louder than a truck. Hear that for miles.
I don't see the meteor.
Oh, I see the meteor.
It's coming. You can
look
look
To the
over
south.
one side.
To the south.
Above.
I'll press it when it's live.
It's
Oh, yeah,
coming.
Nothing overhead right now.
There's a 30-second
I
timer
have some
on
bird
it.
seeds I can eat. No milk though.
Yeah. It's going
Where
like
is
one
it?
stalk, one eye stalk
Don't
to
worry,
the
I'll
other.
stock
Some
up
milk
on
in your
milk.
mouth.
Oh, there it is.
the
Yeah.
noise.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh.
I'm being murdered.
Oh no.
Company just got cut in half.
Oh
The
no,
night time,
somebody.
just the right time.
Oh no.
You're my file one ready.
That's no moon.
We got this. That's no moon.
Abort.
Don't blow it up.
Quick, pick away the
Whoa!
We did it.
We did it.
We won.
Wait, what about the
This isn't gonna end good.
Let's go mine
I'm glad I
it.
could.
There's gonna
I'm
be
glad I could watch
solvable
this through
rock.
Minnie's effort.
I see a lot of shoes.
Try and catch it in your
Australia,
hands.
Australia.
Should we be
We are
worried?
victorious.
Are you nervous that
We did it, everyone.
We did it.
Or mine it.
Guardians raiding us. We're all gonna
Stuck.
die.
I can't get down.
Get down!
I'm
This is how I
stuck.
get my superpowers?
I feel hot up.
There's shoes in my face. I don't like it.
Oh, I wish.
I'm more of a
Alright,
bad
so
guy.
everybody jumping
GG's,
off the
guys.
tower on the count of 10.
Slash
guys.
dance one.
Yeah,
Everyone dance.
Into the pit, everyone!
Into the pit.
All the way to the bottom.
3, 2, 1. Geronimo!
Woo! I can't go. Woo! Yeah. Ah. Oh my God! There's like 1 frame per second.
Oh my god. Frames are optional.
Oh, everybody stop moving. This is a bad sign. Oh, there we
Party
go.
in Mordor. Take the water elevator back up.
Slash dance one.
Well, I'm starting it. I'm on someone's head.
I guess we go back up.
Well, I guess I've got a strong neck.
I'm not sure what is going on here, and I'm not sure that I want to know. Oh my God. Holy cow.
Over here!
Oh no.
To the ocean, let's
I
swim.
believe
Where's
I
gravity
can
defying?
Well, friends, that was a lot of fun. This has been a really great time on the server this year, the 3rd annual chocoTaco Community Eco Server. I've felt really fortunate to be a part of this, and I'm really glad to teach my friends the game. And I had a great time, and I think basically everybody had a great time too, which is, you know, super important. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I hope you enjoyed shooting down the meteor at the end there on top of the Eye of Sauron. And yeah, I'm sure I missed things in this world. There's no way I could possibly catch everything, but I had a great time with it. Thanks a lot for joining me, friends. I hope I see you again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye now.
When she comes back online.
Build them up.
Hey, we did it!
Yeah! We got him! To the hole!
I've been watching all of you for some time now.
Chainsaw. Oh, that was good.
I want all of you to remember one thing. That the spoiling was made possible by chocoTaco.
I don't know.
Oh, we've almost done it. Keep going. No escape for you.
chocoTaco is to blame. He
Come on,
allows
push!
bullying to happen.
Push!
Down
Get on top of it and jump up and down.
My machine.
Not gonna lie, it dropped so slowly. That was hilarious.
I know, I wrote it down. It was amazing.
We won. We win.
Alright. GG's, everybody.
GG's, everyone.
See you
GG's.
next year.
See you next year.
Oh, it spawned in shortly after the first one.
Uh oh, there's another meteor.
Just server admin shenanigans.